guess it's here too, but in America, when somebody does stand-up comedy, they have the little seat in the water. I feel like I'm a comedian now. I want to ask everybody here first, how many people here are familiar with Pyro and Ballyhoo and the brand? Couple of you here. PyroandBallyhoo.com is my website, and then there's a VIP site. I got to tell you something early on. If you follow me on Pyro and Ballyhoo and you follow me on the brand, you know I'm a cheapskate. I hate to spend money. I never spend any money on myself. I had to get clothes to come here because I was wearing the same jeans for the last 10 years. And I'm not kidding you. When I look for clothes, I shop by price tag. I never buy anything I like. I buy whatever's the cheapest. These pants in American money was $16.99. But anyway, I have to tell you this story because you guys got to help me out, because when the night is over, I'm going to pass a hat around for the kettle fund. And we got to raise $25 for the kettle fund because there was a situation that really pissed me off. I'm going to share it with you guys. What was it? Monday, I go do this WrestleTalk TV thing, right? And I know about WrestleTalk from the States. I mean, I know about it over there. I've seen it. And it looked like a pretty impressive show. So I had, no problem whatsoever doing the show. And when I got to the show, they kind of laid out to me what the format was going to be, because I was going to spend 2 days there. So they laid out to me what the format was going to be. And then there came a part in the show where it was explained to me there's going to be an interview where we're going to look for conflict. And you got to understand, like, I'm from New York, so like I know what real conflict is. So when I look at, you guys from England, to me, everyone from England is, a gentleman, proper, sincere. As a New Yorker, that's how I view you guys, especially, this is my first time ever being over here. So, when I hear conflict, and I know what conflict is in New York, my knee-jerk reaction is, okay, this, little British fellow is going to be interviewing me. What conflict is he going to rise out of me? So I said, to the producer, whatever you want, whatever questions you want to ask me, I have no problem. So, are you guys familiar with WrestleTalk? Yeah. Do you guys, remember that, did you guys get that television show Lost over here? Yeah. Remember Ben on Lost? He looked just like this Ben. And I was a big Lost fan, and I was a big fan of Ben. And then I saw this Ben, and it freaked me out a little bit from the start. So this little guy, Ben, the guy came up to my belt. He's going to be the guy interviewing me to get all this conflict out of me. Like, okay, whatever, Ben, have at it. So the guy sits down, and the first words out of his mouth are you responsible for WCW losing $62 million? Are you ready to take responsibility for that? I mean, like, out of the chute. And those of you who know me know how I feel about the WCW topic. And I can't tell you how many times I've been over it for the last 15 years. And this Ben, like those little pit bull terriers that like just bite at your ankles and they're ripping your ankle to shreds and they won't let go. This guy was relentless. I mean, he was hitting every possible on button to Vince Russo that was there. And the guy was really starting to piss me off because no matter what I said, he was trying to turn it another way and go another way with it, trying to get conflict out of me. So anyway, I wasn't expecting this from WrestleTalk TV. I thought, I'm coming all the way over from the United States. It's going to be a nice, pleasant interview. I had no idea I was going to have to deal with this. So I get back to my hotel room on Monday night, and first of all, I'm tired. They didn't feed me over there. There was nothing open by the time I got back to the hotel, so I'm tired. I'm hungry. I went to look for something open to eat. Nothing was open, and it was raining out. So I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm wet, and I'm pissed off. So the only thing in the room is coffee. And it was one of these, I guess you guys call it over here a kettle. There was this kettle gimmick, and I guess you gotta put the switch up and it makes the water hot. Does that sound right? We don't have those. In America we have coffee pots. So there's this kettle that I'm not sure how to work to begin with. So I'm messing around with the kettle and I can't get the thing turned on. So now, right next to the kettle are two burners. So, now listen, I know I'm from New York and I might not be the sharpest tack in the drawer, but if you have a kettle and you have two burners, what would you guys think? I'm going to put the kettle on the burner, right? I can't get the stupid thing to work with the switch. I'm going to put the kettle on the burner, right? So I take the kettle off, and I put the kettle on the burner, and I put the burner on high, okay? I go back to my laptop so I can write to my beloved brand that I'm always writing to. Literally, within 10 seconds, the entire room fills with smoke. So now I'm like, what the frig? I go over, the kettle is now melted to the burner because the bottom of the kettle was plastic. And I literally had no idea. By this time, the entire room is filled with smoke. So my first impulse is, I've got to unscrew the fire alarm or else they're going to evacuate this entire building. So the room is filled with smoke. It's a little room. It smells like plastic. I'm sick to my stomach. I get up on the chair. I unscrew the fire alarm. The desk downstairs had already gotten a signal. So they call me immediately, what's going on up there? I said I had a little bit of an accident, send me some help up. So they sent somebody to help me. By the time I cleaned this mess, every towel in my room was black. I had black soot on my hands. I smelled like plastic. And keep in mind, I went into this thing pissed off already. So now you can imagine how I'm feeling about this. Now I hate WrestleTalk even more because now this is all their fault, right? So now I'm thinking this is a pretty. I gotta give them credit because it's a pretty swank hotel. So like I'm thinking maybe they'll let me off of the hook with the kettle. It's just a freaking kettle. How much can a kettle cost? So today. You know, I go down, I ride down the elevator, I go in the lobby, and they're waiting for me. They're waiting for me, like, in the lobby. And, you know, again, you guys got to understand, I've never been here before. I've always been afraid to come overseas, so, like, they're waiting for me in the lobby, and, like, I'm literally starting to think, are they arresting me for burning the kettle? For destroying property? I don't know how things work over here, you know? So, you know, they bring me over to the desk, whatnot. They say, you know, oh, we know what happened with the kettle. I said, well, yeah, obviously your entire hotel was filled with smoke. I hope you know what happened with the kettle. But anyway, so the punchline is, she tells me I have to pay 25 pounds for the kettle. Now, listen, the whole pound, dollar thing, like, I don't get, but I know, like, I've been able to eat here for, like, 5 pounds. So, like, I'm doing the math in my head, and I'm like, I'm able to eat a full meal for 5 pounds, and you want 25 pounds for a kettle? So, you know, immediately, like, I'm like, listen, I'll go out, I'll buy a kettle. I'll bring you a kettle. $25 is steep for a kettle. Oh no, this is the only kettle we use in this entire hotel. We gotta replace that kettle. So anyway, $25 for 25 pounds for a kettle. I'm pissed off. I'm trying to figure out ways how to make up the money, so I might pass around a hat at the end of this for my kettle collection.